And we're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ATS podcast. This is week 16 NFL picks, and we are live. Here we go. So we'll recap last week, week 15. So Buffalo minus 1.5 was my lock of the week. Blowout fashion against the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Never a sweat. Beat their ass, and Josh Allen threw for like 150 yards. They just ran all over him. Shout out to James Cook. Go Dogs. KC minus 7.5. Cashed that. They were in control of that game the entire time. LA Rams minus 6.5. God, they were a little scary at the end, right, Colm?
Yeah.
A little backdoor cover almost there. If the Redskins tried to go for two there, we would have been in trouble. But we cashed that. And then Christian had Detroit minus 4. That was an easy winner there. He had Cleveland minus 3. What a hell of a push for us there. Needed that to keep us even on the week. So that was big time. And then with the losses, we added Philly minus 3. Heartbreak loss at the end. I mean, just controlled the game the entire time. And then Drew Lock, what's his? Put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to him. Tip your cap there. Philly lost. Jacksonville plus 4. Probably the most unlucky game we had all week. They missed 2 field goals. I think Trevor Lawrence fumbled inside the 20. They just literally threw the game away. So that sucks, but it's sports gambling. That's what we do. So Pitt plus 3, never had a chance, and then the Jets plus 12.5. Christian got that at a really good number. It dropped all the way to 8. So I mean, we thought that was lock of the week for him. Thought that was a good number there. Ended up getting blown out by the Dolphins, but went 4-4-1. Even on the week, so we will take that and move into week 16, and let's get this thing bumping.
Yeah, and another one of my lock of the weeks where the starting quarterback gets hurt the first quarter. Love it, love it. But yeah, let's hop into this. Let's hop into these games. First game of the week, we got New Orleans. Oh, Merry Christmas, by the way. We got New Orleans at the Rams. We got a spread of. Give me 1 second here. Got the wrong spread up here. There we go. We got New Orleans going to the Rams. Rams minus 4.5, over under 46.5. I don't have anything on this one, but if I was to lean anywhere, it would probably be the Saints getting some points, honestly, just because of that defense. That 4.5 number is too scary for me to even think about the Rams. If it was at that 3 number, 3.5, I would think about it, but the 4.5 is just too much for me to even think about the Rams. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, no, I'm on the other side. I would be all on the Rams here. They look like a playoff football team, and the Saints do not. And I don't trust the Saints in the red zone. So I would take Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and the boys all day with that 4 points at the house.
Yeah, it's really a matter, too, of it's a must-win spot for both teams, I think. And it definitely for New Orleans, because, I mean...
No, it's definitely for the Rams too, because they go to 7-8. That NFC playoff picture is. Let me just check it real quick and really give you paint a picture here. But
that's really the only reason I really lean the Saints getting points is because I would lean to whatever team's getting points in this situation of must-win football. I think the Rams are going to win, but
so you have New Orleans, Seattle, the Rams, and Minnesota all at 7-7. And then the Buccaneers are the division leader for the South at 7-7. So, God, that's a lot of. And Atlanta's in it too at 6-8, obviously. Green Bay's 6-8. So I mean, yeah, like you said, must win for both teams here. Honestly, you got to keep winning to make it.
For sure.
I think you got to get to at least 9 wins to be in the playoff picture for the NFC.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Zach. Merry Christmas to you, brother. But yeah, it's a weird spot for me. I think like we kind of mentioned, it's just a must-win spot for both teams. 4.5. I know if this number is at 3, Troy would be all over it, and I might be on it with him.
Oh yeah, I would be all over it.
Well, let's hop into this next one. We got an exciting one for this next game. I love these games this week. We've had some boring weeks of games. This is the first week where I'm really excited about all these games. First second game, we got Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. We got Cincinnati minus 1.5 with an over under a 37. Yeah, this is gonna be tough for me because I know Troy's got a pick on this one. I think we're on opposite sides on this one, but I think this is a big spot for the Steelers at home. It's all dependent if Kenny Pickett plays or not. If Kenny Pickett plays, I'm all over the Steelers. If he doesn't play, I'm all over the Bengals. But if Kenny Pickett plays, I think the Steelers beat them handedly. But yeah, I'm not going to take it just because of the quarterback question. But you got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, give me the Bengals -1.5. I don't give a shit who's playing quarterback. It can be Mason Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, Kenny Pickett. It does not matter. That offense is terrible. The team's losing. The locker room's getting lost in there. You got guys like Minka who are bought into that Steelers culture, and then you have guys like George Pickens who are not blocking downfield because they don't want to get hurt. It's like, and I'm a Georgia guy. He's being a little,
Yeah, that is pretty sad.
So yeah, give me the Bengals. Give me Jake Browning all day. He's been playing really well. I know Jamar Chase is probably out, but he was out in that second half last week, and that's when they made that comeback against the Vikings. So I think the Bengals are the better team, and I will take the Bengals -1.5 here.
Absolutely. Alrighty, let's hop into this next one. Let's go into Buffalo at the Chargers. Chargers +12.5 with an over under of 43.5. Yeah, I'm actually going to have a pick on this one. I'm going to take Buffalo minus the 12.5. After watching the Chargers last week, man, God, they looked awful. I don't see how this isn't a blowout spot for Buffalo the way they're playing right now. We always know they play better at the end of the year. Josh Allen always plays better at the end of the year. This is when he starts getting in his groove, starts getting ready for playoffs. This is a stomp 'em game. It's also there's no Chargers fans at this game. No one cares. Herbert's out for the year. No one's going to those games to watch Chargers football. The stadium's going to be dead. This is going to be barely a home game. Yeah, give me the Bills -12.5. I really wanted to almost make this the lock of the week, but we're going to take it as just a weekly play. You got anything on this one, Troy?
No, nothing here. This line was at 14. A lot of money came in on the Chargers. I like it if this number can get down to 10, 10.5, 11. Then I definitely like it. I think the value shifts to the Bills there. When it was at 14, I thought the value was on the Chargers, which is kind of why you saw this thing drop. But I mean, splitting hairs there. I think 12 is fine. 12.5. It's been going teetering back and forth all day. And the Bills are rolling right now, and they got to keep winning. So, yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. So,
absolutely
nothing officially for me, but I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, when I saw this number come down to 12.5 too, it's also one of those things. It's like, do we really not think the Bills are going to beat this team by 10 or more? Because that's basically what we're doing at 12.5. I mean, they're either going to win the game by 10 or 13 most likely. I think it's going to be or in that situation to cover or not cover.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they win this by 13 plus easy. I just can't see where the Chargers would be in this game because if they're only down 10 points, then that means they're in the game. So that would be crazy, but I think the Bills stomp them here. Let's hop into this next game here. We got Indy traveling to Atlanta. We got Atlanta -1.5 with an over-under of 44.5. This is also going to be one of my picks of the week. I'm going to take Atlanta -1. I got this at before the hook. But yeah,
Christian, it's at 1 again.
Is that 1 again? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, some books is going to be 1.5. Some books is going to be 1. I like it at either or. Obviously, it's not a huge hook issue at that number. But yeah, I like Atlanta here at home. They just made the switch to Taylor Heineke at quarterback. We've seen what he can do in the league. We saw what he did before he got hurt in that one game that he played in. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he gets it done. Colts defense is very soft. I think he can get the ball to Kyle Pitts and Drake London a lot better than Desmond Ridder can, that's for sure. And he's not a turnover machine like Desmond Ridder either, so he's going to keep the ball safe, move the ball down the field, let Bijan score touchdowns. So yeah, give me Atlanta at home, coming off that tough loss too. So Artie's fighting for a job. This team's fighting for their coach, hoping that they can make playoffs and he doesn't get fired because everyone in there is a big Arthur Smith guy, but no one outside that building's a big Arthur Smith guy. So this is a must-win spot for Atlanta for their coach's job. I think that's why this number is so low. So Yeah, give me Atlanta -1. You got anything on this one,
Yeah,
Troy?
no, I don't, but I don't hate that at all. I was kind of looking at that earlier. I might sprinkle a little bit on it, but I kind of look at it like I think if you're a Falcons fan, you want them to lose the next 3 games, go 6-11, get Arthur Smith out of there, and get a higher draft pick, so you can go take someone like Jaden Daniels. I think that's kind of where they'll be slotted if they go 6-11. So if you're a Falcons fan, I think I'm rooting for that because you are not doing anything in the playoffs if you make it.
As a Falcons fan, this is a
So,
win-win situation for me. They lose, I'm happy.
Yeah.
As a fan,
and then with Heineke coming back, it's like they keep flip-flopping from quarterbacks because Desmond Ridder plays good one week and then he does the shit last week against the Panthers.
Yeah, it was more Taylor Heineke getting hurt, and then when he got healthy,
but he got healthy and they kept rolling with Ridder. But
that was the weird part.
I just don't like I don't trust the Falcons in this spot, which is why I wouldn't take them. But I see where you're coming from, and I would definitely lean that way.
And
but
also the Colts are running hot right now.
Yeah, and Minshew's playing really good. So if I'm a Falcons fan, I'm hoping they lose the rest of their games. So
for sure.
Anyways, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, another thing too is a lot of the public is on the Colts and a lot of the money is on the Falcons, which I always love to see. But let's hop into this next one. We're going to have Green Bay at Carolina. Speaking of the Falcons' tough loss last week. Green Bay going to Carolina. Carolina's +4.5 with the over under 36.5. I would actually lean Green Bay here. I know +4.5 at the house that's a lot of points. And the Panthers did win last week, but that's me and Troy talk about it all the time. The coach gets fired. They have some hoorah spots, and thankfully it was against a Falcons team that turns over the ball just as much as they do, especially with Desmond Ridder in the game. But yeah, Green Bay. I like Green Bay in this spot. They had a tough loss last week as well. So I like for them to bounce back here against a bad Panthers team and win by a touchdown plus. This might be a game day bet for me. We shall see how the line moves and where everyone's at on it game time, but nothing right now officially on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm against you here. I would lean Panthers heavy. This is just a spot where you take the Panthers +5 at home. Jordan Love doesn't look that good, and if there was a bright spot on the Panthers this year, it is that defense. I feel like they're in a lot of games that are low scoring. The defense kind of tries to keep them in it. Then Bryce Young does something dumb. I would lean the Panthers here. I'm not going to take it because they're on the no bet list for me, but it was very hard for me not to do it.
The Packers. We've taken Carolina in this spot so many times.
Yeah,
I mean, get it done.
This is a spot here. I'm looking at this. I mean, this is a spot where you take the Panthers here. I mean, every game I feel like that defense keeps them in it until the end.
How many
and
times have we said that?
17-10 against the Titans, 21-18 against Tampa Bay. They've been in some close games this year. I would lean that way, but like I said, I'm not taking them because they are on the no bet list for me.
And have an intern head coach.
Yeah, so hopefully Bryce Young figures it out. He's very talented, and I'm hoping we got to give quarterbacks more than 1 year too. It's like if they don't perform immediately, it's like everyone's shitting. Like the guy's a talented dude. Like he's a number 1 pick.
That's how I feel about Jordan Love.
He'll come around next year.
I think Jordan Love's been really good, honestly, for his first year.
He was, and then now he's back to
he's been
back
better than
to his
Bryce
old
Young
ways.
though.
Well, he's a 3rd, 4th year guy in the league who sat behind Aaron Rodgers.
That is true.
He's getting thrown into the worst team in football. And you're expecting no offensive line. He gets run. Like if you watch the games with him, it's like he gets the ball and it's like, fuck, I got to run out the pocket immediately because there's somebody on my ass.
At least Jordan Love's got some young, talented receivers.
Yeah, so I think they'll do some good things in the draft this year. They might be able to take. No, never mind. I forgot they traded that pick away.
Mm-hmm. For Bryce
I was about to say maybe they can take Marvin Harrison, but they traded their 1st round pick away, so the Bears have that, right? Mm-hmm. So good pick by the Bears, right? Good job by trading that pick last year by the Bears. Looks like it's going to work out for them. They got 2 picks in the top 5, I think, or something like that.
They could trade away Justin Fields and get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. I've seen that. That'd be insane.
We'll find out.
But
let's go to hit the next one.
Yeah, let's hop to the next one. We got Cleveland at Houston. We got Houston plus 2.5 with an over/under of 40.5. Yeah, this is a weird one, man. I see a lot of people on the Texans plus the 2.5. I think a lot of books have it at maybe plus 3. I don't really understand that. I think Cleveland's been playing really good. People don't really trust Joe Flacco, which I understand, but I mean, he hasn't shown me anything to not trust him. And he's a veteran quarterback. If he was some young guy coming in backup, that's one thing. But we're talking about a veteran that's been in the league a long time and is on his way out and wants to do it the right way. So yeah, I think Joe Flacco's on a tear. I'd probably lean Cleveland minus the 2.5, honestly, especially with Houston having a backup.
Christian, it's like this, bro. Joe Flacco or Case Keenum?
Give me Flacco, baby.
Give me Joey Flacco. He's back from the dead. Buddy can still sling a football. It's very impressive to watch. His arm talent is just ridiculous, which is why he won a Super Bowl back in the day. And he's got the Browns rolling. Give me the Browns minus 2.5. I wanted to take it as a pick, but just last one out for me. But we will be adding this on Twitter, I would assume, Christian. I think we both like this a lot.
I'm down.
And CJ Stroud is not playing. It comes down to Joe Flacco versus Case Keenum, and you got that defense against Case Keenum. So best defense in the league against a journeyman quarterback who's been, on a ton of rosters throughout his career. I mean, come on, yeah, give me the Browns here all day. We'll be adding this on Twitter, I would assume, unless CJ plays or something crazy happens. But,
for sure. And I just saw Brandon in the chat. Give me Colts all day. I love to hear that. Yeah, love to hear that.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, I love to hear that though. But yeah, let's hop into this next one. We got. I got my lock here in the wrong spot. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, next game we got Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota plus 3 with an over/under of 46.5. Yeah, this is going to be a pick for me. I think this is one of the easiest picks in this whole lineup here of games. Detroit minus 3. Not sure why this is so low. Detroit's rolling right now. They're in some must-win spots. They want to get a good playoff spot. They're fighting for a division. So definitely want to see them get the dub here, and I think they're definitely going to get it done against a backup quarterback at the Vikings. Really not sure why this is minus 3. This seems free, which is kind of scary. When you see these, you're like, man, I want to put the whole bank account on this, but it's one of those scary ones because you're like, why is this so low? But yeah, you got to hammer this. Detroit minus 3 all day. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Lock of the week, Detroit Lions minus 3. Yeah, it's super chalky. And I usually don't do this, but I feel like, we're going to take this Lions team who's rolling on offense versus this Vikings team with Nick Mullins at quarterback. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with it. I just don't see that happening. And Detroit played a lot better on defense last week against the Broncos. And so I can see this game being kind of similar to last week when they won 42-17. I think this offense is incredible this year. The OC there is going to get a head coaching job next year, I think. And I don't see how they lose. I don't see how they don't win this game by 10 plus. And that's what scares me. But hey, we're going to roll with it. Give me Detroit minus 3, lock of the week. The lock of the weeks for me have been hitting at a 75% clip. 11-4 on the year. Let's make it 12-4, Christian.
Yes, sir. And that's going to be 3 units, people. So he's got 2 units on it, and I'm going to have a unit on it as well. So that's a 3-unit play for us. Let's hop into this next one. We got Washington at the New York Jets. Got the Jets minus 3 with an over/under of 37.5. Man, this is a weird one. I really wanted to take the Jets in this spot, but I mean, if there's a quarterback in the league that could come out and have some bullshit great game against the Jets, it's going to be Sam Howell. So,
is he even playing?
I think so. I think he got cleared.
Okay.
I believe he did get cleared.
Yeah, he did. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, Christian, we don't have to spend much time on this one. It's a bad game.
Coin flip.
I think I would definitely lean the Jets with you. You're going to take that defense all day at home. and you're not going to bet the Commanders here on the road against that Jets defense. But we have no idea who's playing quarterback for the Jets. Is Zach Wilson cleared to go? It's it's a shitty game.
Take the under.
Yeah, that might be good. So yeah,
don't take a side.
And what do we got right here by Luke?
What is Luke saying?
Yeah, he's definitely right. Flores has definitely turned that Vikings D around.
For sure,
they're pretty good.
For sure, but guess what?
They haven't gone up against that Lions offense.
Yeah, and Jared Goff inside, baby, inside, not outside, inside. But yeah, let's hop into this next one. This is a bullshit game. Next one we got Seattle at Tennessee. Tennessee plus 2.5. The over under of 41.5. I would probably. Man, I would really want to lean Seahawks minus 2.5. They've looked really, really damn good.
Right.
I don't even care who's at quarterback at this point after last week.
Exactly. And I'll stop you there.
And that's
exactly why we're taking Tennessee plus 2.5 at home. Go ahead and put that on the board for your boy. Yeah,
I think you actually take at plus 3.
It's at plus 3. Yeah. By the half point, get that field goal. It's at 2.5. It'll probably get up to 3 again. Go back down, whatever. By the half point if you have to. Listen, we take Mike Vrabel and this Titans team at home as a dog. That's what we do. Everyone's riding high on Drew Lock and the Seahawks from last week beating the Eagles.
Is
come
Geno
back
going to play or Drew?
I don't even know. It's if he gets cleared, Geno plays. He hasn't played in a couple weeks, three weeks, I guess. And the Titans they've looked good defensively. I mean, that's what they do. Vrabel will have these boys ready, and I love Will Levis, man. Dude is a baller. He might not be the most polished quarterback back there, but he's going to give 110%. He's like a fullback when he runs the football. He needs to slide a little bit more, but it'll fire your ass up. So, yeah, I love Tennessee in this spot. Like I said, buy the half point if you have to. 3 is obviously a key number here. And, I can see – I think they win the game outright. So,
Love it. Let's get into this next one. Jacksonville at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay minus 1.5. The over/under of 43.5. Yeah, man. Trevor Lawrence. I think his health is still up in the air. I believe. I don't think he's gotten.
It is. Yeah, he's questionable.
He's questionable. So,
this concussion protocol, man, has made it like he might miss his first game of his entire high school, college, and NFL career because of this.
Yeah, but. Honestly,
how crazy is that to play every game you've ever?
Yeah, but honestly, the amount of CTE that they've experienced in the past 20 years kind of makes them have to. You know what I mean? The amount of lawsuits that the NFL has on them.
Right, but you sign up for the game, you better get ready.
Yeah, for sure. But you can't send someone out there that's got a minor concussion and get a major.
I guess we'll find out. Hopefully he plays.
But yeah,
if he does play, you might want to sprinkle a little bit on the Jags here because that line's going to change. A lot. With him not playing, what are we going to bet on
honestly,
CJ?
With him playing, give me Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's hot right now. I don't know.
The Jags are in a must-win spot here. You got the division on the line. You got the Colts, Jacksonville, and Houston all at 8-6.
Yeah, but the Colts are going to lose this week.
I don't know. They're favored or they're 1-point underdog, right? So
yeah, I was just.
This game's tough to handicap here. We're looking at a possible Trevor Lawrence not playing, and it's just with those kind of games, we'll wait until Sunday to figure out what's happening, and if we like it enough, we'll tweet it out. But nothing official for us on this one.
Yeah, you gotta know about Trevor. Let's hop to the next one. We got Arizona at Chicago. Chicago minus 4.5 with the over/under 43.5. No official play on this one. I would lean Arizona getting the 4.5. I just think I think Kyler Murray loves covering these numbers, especially against kind of worse teams. I don't think Chicago's a 4-point favorite against anybody. I think they play sometimes really well and sometimes really, really bad. So. I would have to take Arizona plus 4.5, gun to my head, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to stay away from it. You got anything on this one?
I agree, man. This is a tough one as well. It's like what Cardinals team are you going to get? Are you going to get the one that beat the Cowboys?
Same thing with the Bears too. What Bears team are you going to get?
Or are you going to get the team that beat Pittsburgh? Or are you going to get, the team that gets blown out by the Rams? Or it just week to week with this Cardinals team, it's something. I don't trust them, so which is why it's not a play. But I definitely, we'll take the 4.5 against this bad Bears team as well. So
Yeah, they're a roller coaster team for sure. Let's hop to this next one though. We got Dallas at Miami. Miami minus 1.5 with the over under of 50.5.
Christian, I'll start this one. We're gonna sit back and enjoy this game because this is gonna be a good one. But Dallas is not good on the road, as we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
And, I would lean the Dolphins because of that. But after getting blown out last week, they're going to be ready to roll this week.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of those I wanted to take the Dolphins bad.
Also, they don't have the secondary either to stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, you better if Tyreek plays too, that line might move up. He's questionable still. So yeah, I think it's a tough one, man.
DK did too against. Remember when they just literally were just tossing the ball to DK against Bland because they knew they didn't have a corner to stop him. So I think it would be the same thing with Tyreek if he plays. So this might be another game time play for us. But like you said, Cowboys lost big last week. They're gonna be fired up.
Yeah.
But
we'll let this one marinate.
Yeah, maybe look at the over. Honestly, I think this over could hit. I could see this being like a 34-31 game. I think whoever wins is gonna have to put up some points for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no officials for us here. Let's hop into this next one. I know
coming in hot. I know Sunday Night Football.
Oh, coming in hot. That's Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
At Miami. Hell yeah.
It's on NFL Network this week, I guess, because of Christmas Eve, and then they got the Christmas Day game on NBC or the next day.
There's a game on Peacock this week. The Bills Chargers is on Peacock this week.
That's just so annoying. We don't need all that drama.
I gotta watch that game, and I don't have a fucking Peacock. Do I get that?
I got
Sunday
Peacock.
Ticket?
We got some Peacock for you. We'll figure it out. But yeah, Patriots Broncos.
Denver minus 6.5 over under a 34.5. I don't have any official plays on this one. Lean towards Denver. Big lean towards Denver, especially after Russell Wilson got yelled at last week. But yeah, I'm not gonna have any officials. I would honestly probably look at the under 34.5, because I don't see how New England scores more than a touchdown. You got anything on this one?
I do. Give me Denver minus 6.5. Yeah, I think it's a bounce back spot for them after last week. I think Sean Payton's one of the best coaches in the NFL. He'll have the boys ready. They're in a playoff hunt. It's must win for them, and the Patriots are in tanking mode. There's turmoil in the front office. We don't know if Bill's going to be back. I know he'll have the defense ready to go, but that offense is so bad. They'll go out there and score 3 points, and we'll get this cover easily.
I think it's official that Bill's not coming back.
Oh, is it official? I've seen conflicting reports. So
I saw it was a New England beat writer, so I would assume that it would be correct sources, but I think that they have told Bill that they're not gonna have him back after this year. So, but
yeah,
that's
really stupid. But yeah, give me the Broncos here. I like the Broncos minus 6.5. I think they get that done. And like I said, this offense is terrible for the Patriots, and the Broncos have been playing a lot better defense the second half of the year. So I really like the Broncos here.
Yeah, I like the Broncos in the under as well. What's up, Harry? How we living, brother? How we living? Welcome to the live stream.
Harry is here.
Let's go. But yeah, let's hop into this next one. We got Vegas traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City minus 10 with an over under of 41.5. I told Troy this earlier. This is how you bet these games. You take the Raiders the first half, and you take the Chiefs the second half. I don't know why, but I've watched every single one of these games for the past 2 years. The Raiders win the first half, and then the Chiefs win the second half. It is the strangest fucking thing. I don't understand it, but I'm going to try it, and I'm going to see if it works. And if it works every single year, I'm doing it. Raiders first half, Chiefs second half, because it's strange, man, at this point. So I just got to bet it and see what happens. But it's not an official play, but that's just my opinion on this game. You got anything on this one, Troy?
No, I'm reading here. Very festive. Yeah, we're Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah, I don't know why this line's so big. It's kind of scaring me away. I was all over the Raiders earlier, but a lot of pros have this thing power rated at like 7, 8, and I don't know why they're so way off of that number. So I kind of scares me away. But I would lean Raiders, like you said. Raiders play them good in the first half. I think you're right on that. I
Chiefs
did some
always
digging
start
when
off
you told
slow
me
too,
that. Yeah.
especially this year.
So I would lean the Raiders here. That offense for the Chiefs hasn't been looking like, the last couple of years. They've been getting it done 9-5, but they'll win this game. Don't get me, they'll win the game, but 10 points is a lot. And we know how Mahomes does not cover big numbers. So I would lean that way heavy.
And Mahomes is going to be trying to get out the pocket, and that bad man Crosby's going to be right there.
Yes, Harrison, we say Merry Christmas and not Happy Holidays.
We say Merry Christmas in the chat.
We're not Colorado.
Yeah, this isn't Colorado, brother. Put them on the ballot. All right, next game we got Giants going to Philly. Philly minus 11.5 with the over/under of 42.5. Yeah, I don't have anything official on this one. I actually lean the Giants plus the 11.5. I don't know, man. Philly's looking very, very questionable, man. I mean, I still think they're a great football team. I still think they're going to do pretty well in the playoffs. I think they'll still at least win their first round game with whoever they may play. But they just got to get healthy. If Jalen Hurts needs to rest, let the man rest, man. I mean, he's been dealing with. He was sick last week. He's had a hurt leg or whatever. Hasn't been able to run well. I mean, if you just got to rest him for a couple weeks, you guys have made the playoffs. If it's looking like you're not going to win the division, I know they're still battling for the division, and Dallas has Miami this week. So if they win this would be a huge win for them, of course. So they do need this dub, but I mean, Jalen needs some rest, man. He's not gonna be able to get through the playoffs if he's gonna be beaten and battered by the end. But yeah, no plays on me for this one. But honestly, I'd probably lean the Giants plus 11.5. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they need to start Marcus Mariota, try to just win this one with him, let Jalen get healthy. No, Tommy DeVito sucks. He's not that good. He's had a couple won a couple games. He's not good here. I think his time will be to an end when this season ends. But I wouldn't lean anyway. I don't want to touch this game whatsoever. Jalen's been hurt, like we said. The Eagles have been playing really bad. They've lost 3 in a row. They're not going to lose this game, but 12 points is a lot. But when you have Tommy DeVito on the other side, you never know. So, anyways, yeah, I don't like anything on this game.
And and also
maybe we could look at
another thing too is what's questionable is Tommy DeVito isn't good, yes, but this Philly secondary is very, very questionable right now because I mean they've looked bad, like very bad.
They need to play Keely Ringo, who played really good last week,
even if it's at a nickel spot.
Yeah, and we got Bradbury over there. I don't know if you saw that last drive with Drew Lock. Every single catch on that drive, go back and watch it, was Bradbury getting burnt or Bradbury giving up a catch on it. Yeah, it was bad, dude.
Dude, he's a PI monster, man.
So
PI monster.
Anyways, yeah, I think this game is just 12 points a lot. I don't really trust the Eagles right now to cover that number, but I don't trust the Giants whatsoever with Tommy DeVito back there. So it's a hard pass for us.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I would honestly maybe look at like a Giants first half. I mean, just because like the Eagles have been starting first half so slow, but I don't know. I like the under and maybe like a Giants first half, but it's just that's a lot of points to even think about the Eagles right now, especially the way they're playing. But let's hop into this next one. I love this next game. This is going to be game of the week for me. Baltimore.
I'll start it for you.
Traveling to San Francisco. Start off for me, and I'll close it out.
Yeah, you go. We got 49ers, Ravens at the 49ers here. This could be your Super Bowl matchup. Best team in each division record-wise. I think San Fran's the best team in the league by a wide margin, as you can tell with the spread. I would probably lean the Ravens here just because of how high valued the 49ers are right now. That defense is really good, and I think they'll keep it close enough. I don't think they'll win the game, but I think they'll keep it close enough to make a game out of it. And if you don't think this game is going to be a good game, then you would bet San Francisco minus 5.5, right? I think it's going to be a really good game, and I could see them keeping it close. So this is going to be Christian's lock of the week. So what do we got, buddy?
This is my lock of the week, man. This is my lock of the week, and it is going to be San Francisco minus 5.5. Reason being, man, the Ravens. Let's just listen to who the Ravens have played this year. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna talk about Week 1. Played Texans, Bengals, Colts, Browns, Steelers, Titans, Lions, Cardinals, Seahawks, Browns, Bengals, Chargers, Rams, Jaguars. They have not really played a team even close to this talent, man. They have not seen a pass rush like this all year. They haven't seen a secondary like this all year. They haven't seen an offense like this all year. Baltimore's, they're talking about how good Baltimore's defense is this year. Yes, they are good, but they are not going to be good when they have to play this team. If y'all saw last week against when San Francisco played, the amount of mind fuckery that goes into that offense is insane. That little route that Christian McCaffrey ran out of that little single back set, he came out
wide open
to post fade because you got Brandon Ayuk on a post across the middle, and then there's so many.
And
then you got Debo coming down who's getting doubled, and then you got Brandon Ayuk who's getting doubled, and then McCaffrey runs a fucking fade out of the backfield, which is not even a route that you see any other team doing.
Luke, I agree with you 100%. Shanahan's the best coach in the NFL, and it's not even close. And if he doesn't win it, that's like Kirby not winning Coach of the Year in college football.
Yeah,
we're giving it to Washington's coach
as he's draped in Georgia gear.
Yeah, well, someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to say it.
Someone's got to say it.
This. Baltimore has not seen a defense like this all year, a pass rush like this all year. San Francisco is by far the better team. They're coming to San Francisco, so they're going to be on the road. We're talking about a team that lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers beginning of the year. I know this isn't the same team, but I just don't see this offense getting it done. I don't see Zay Flowers and OBJ going out there and one of them going for 150 yards, which they're going to have to do.
They're also benefiting from the Bengals winning the division last year. They're getting a second-place schedule, which is when you were naming those teams, it kind of made me think of that. So you're right. They definitely haven't played the competition some of these other teams have. San Francisco, they've played great teams every week. I feel like it's every week they're playing somebody good, and they just go out there and show who they are.
Exactly.
Hey, and I will say this before we end it. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Brock Purdy MVP versus Dak Prescott. You were on Dak. I was telling you Brock Purdy. Well, I think that conversation's about closed.
Yeah, that conversation's closed. I wasn't saying Dak should win it, but I'm saying him and Brock are A and B.
Because Brock Purdy is the man.
I'm
tired of the disrespect.
Yeah. There has been copious amounts of disrespect on Brock Purdy's name, and now he's basically going to win it. But like we talked about earlier this week,
9.5 yards per attempt, bro.
But my thing is how is Christian McCaffrey not second?
Oh, I agree.
Or first.
But they don't respect running backs or receivers in that MVP conversation, which is mind-baffling to me.
And I'm not going to be one of those guys that sits here and says Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. He is not. But when you have all of those weapons, you're going to be able to hit those open fucking routes that like McCaffrey. You're going to have some very open reads, especially with Shanahan as a head coach and that offense just being literally dialed up to just play mind fuckery with the defense. Shanahan is an offensive god, so but yeah,
that's like Tua with the Dolphins, man. He wasn't that good with the Dolphins until Mike McDaniel got there, and now he's been playing really well. So coaching has a lot to do with it, yes, but you still got to get out there and execute what the coach asks you to execute, and he's been doing that at a very high level. So I think he wins this if he just keeps doing what he's doing. I think he'll win this thing easy. And I think that's our last game here with Week 16.
Yep, that's it.
Christian, big weekend coming here. We're up 11.5 units on the year. Goal is to get to 20. We got 3 weeks left plus the playoffs, so we got some weeks left to get it there. 30 would be a stretch goal, but if we get to 20, we're loving that for the season.
If we get to 20, we're pushing. We're trying to push to 50, baby. Come on.
Yeah. So, hey, we appreciate you guys hopping on the live. If you're going to listen tomorrow, we appreciate you listening tomorrow. Like, subscribe to the channel. Follow the Instagram, everything, Twitter, or X as you call it now. And we will see you guys next week for Week 17.
Yes, sir. And also, Merry Christmas, everybody. And Happy New Year. We'll see you guys in 2024. Peace.
No, we won't.
Yeah, that'll be our next one.
Okay, maybe.